Life, Soul, and its Journey. The first thing to explain to you is the nature of soul. Human, religious, and spiritual traditions all seem to have a sense of what soul is about, and these explanations are readily available to you to explore. Yet, to be fair, it needs to be said that some of the groups and traditions producing these explanations have unseen and unnamed agendas to serve by getting you to believe their version of what a soul is and how it functions, and therefore how you should live your life. Their perspectives are unavoidably shaped by those agendas. When you buy into some of the existing ideas on your planet about the nature and function of soul, you align yourself with what amounts to political aims of a few who seek to control the masses. Sometimes they can be seen to have positive motivations, such as social cohesion and support, but not always. These approaches tend to be something other than empowering, because they do not expose you to your true nature as the progenitor of the power of love, a divine being who is part of all that is or creator consciousness. Some of you are comfortable with the word God and other goddess, some the universe, and so on. I tend to use the phrase all that is to represent this concept, yet avoid the political agendas that throughout human history have become tied to the idea of and word God. Soul is a portion of all that is. When intact, when all the portions function together as one unit, which is its default mode, self-awareness is not possible. All that is in this state knows all. It is all. It feels all from all sides and all at once. Perspective cannot be gained, and therefore self-knowledge is not possible, because there is no self to observe and learn about in contrast to anything else. There is just everything, and everything is loving, compassionate, and understanding. The decision was made by all that is to learn to know itself. It was clear to all that is that the only way to do this would be to portion itself off into separate seeming parts and assume unique identities. A soul is a portion of this divine consciousness, seemingly separate from the rest, in order to have a unique experience of self. Yet the only way such an experience is available is through interacting with others. This is to say that soul does not achieve the knowledge of being a unique individual that is desired by all that is, simply by appearing or pretending to be one. It does so by being apparently individual and interacting with other portions of all that is, doing the exact same thing. Two important notes need to be included before we proceed. The first is that all portions of all that is agree to forget their true nature for a while. They set out to inhabit their human selves fully, including the sense of unique personality possessed by each human that is, in fact, not the same as their true divine nature. Each portion understands that it will experience human life through the lens of their human's ideas, beliefs, thoughts, and feelings. While this happens, the humans will not remember what their souls, the divine portions of creator consciousness, or all that is, never forget, namely, that they are the source of love. The humans will be going about their business thinking they are their names, family, history, professions, relationships, desires, fears, preferences, obligations, and other facets of personality in human life. The humans, for the most part, will have no idea that there is another true nature for them to remember and reconnect with, living their lives on earth as if that's all there is to their existence. One of the reasons it is easy for humans to avoid remembering or bumping into the truth that they are portions of all that is due to your anatomy. There are two biological genders, and this fact forms one basis for the observation that it must not be possible that you are all the same. Additional layers with similar themes can be added here to discuss differences in skin tone, intelligence of various kinds, and other features of human biology that set you apart from others in certain ways and can seem rather meaningful. And then there is the matter of conditioning or training, which makes you appear even more different than others who have even the same gender or skin tone as you, and so on. The second note is that it is all temporary. The decision to portion itself off into apparently discrete parts in order to learn about itself is viewed by all that is as an experiment. At times, it is referred to as the manifestation experiment. All that is asks itself, what would be required to learn about myself? What would happen if I were not in possession of all data about everything all the time and all perspectives? What if there were things I didn't know? All that is intends to work through all possible interactions of itself with itself as portions of apparently discrete individuals, humans, forgetting their true nature as the progenitor of the power of love. It recognizes that it needs many sorts of interactions between many sorts of individual pieces of itself in order to learn about all the possibilities. As you explore your life and those of others in your world, you perhaps cannot imagine the scale of time that is required to complete all of this, but all that is knows that it is temporary. It, in the form of billions of souls, is watching outside what we might call the game space of life on Earth to observe how its seemingly separate portions learn about themselves through interactions with each other. We will explore this in the section, Each Soul Needs Many Human Lives. But for now, please be aware that the manifestation experiment is temporary, and this is so by design. And so it is that you and all people you have ever met and ever will meet are portions of divine consciousness, or all that is, living human lives, seemingly separate from each other, and somewhere along a time-intensive trajectory to eventually remember the thing that you, as the divine, intentionally, temporarily forgot. You are only apparently separate from the divine. You are a portion of all that is.